Hi and welcome to Natural Aesthetics. This is a full week of training, pretty much every exercise, give or take a couple. And this is my new routine. So it's a 5-day-a-week full body routine. I'll no longer be doing the Mad Cow program. The reason for that, don't get me wrong, it's an incredibly effective program, very, very beneficial, but I kind of lost the rhythm. I took a deload week after I finished the second cycle. And then after the deload week, it's imperative to get back in and have a real good week to start off with. I didn't because I had an infected gnat bite. I couldn't train any lower body for a good few days, certainly not any heavy work. And I was on antibiotics for a week, so my diet was off. I didn't feel hungry. It just kind of messed with my appetite. Felt pretty rubbish. So that kind of threw me off completely off of that week. I did kind of struggle through and keep to the upper body work. Just didn't really enjoy it that much. And then straight after that, I had a car problem. So I had to walk and get lifts to clients' houses to train them, walk into the gym. It just wasn't ideal, and kind of decided to have a fresh start and change the training protocol. I just lost the synchronization of the routine, kind of got out of the rhythm of it. So the enjoyment was no longer there. So after much thinking, I decided to do this 5-day-a-week full body routine over a traditional bodybuilding split. And I'll do another video as to why I made that choice, go into a little bit more in depth. But for now, I'll just go over the program, which is available for you to download at the link in the description box. So I'll show you the Excel sheet now and explain the routine for you guys. So this is the program here. It's a full body everyday training protocol. You're training 5 days a week, working through a variety of different rep ranges. It's not something I would do if you're limited in time. There are many more effective routines out there if you are pushed for time. It's something you're going to need to get your teeth stuck into and commit a good chunk of time to. So basically, the first day is a linear progression day, and that means it's a very simple progression scheme on a weekly basis. You're increasing the weight and decreasing the reps performed. Now, on the last set of the third week, 3x3, you're doing an AMRAP set, which is as many reps as possible. The percentages are all worked off the 1 rep max chart at the top here. So let's say 1 rep max is 100 kilos on the squat. The weights are set automatically for you in the program, 70%, 80% and 90% of that number. And as I said, the last set of day 1, week 3 is an AMRAP set. So let's say you get 6 reps here at that weight. That then automatically dictates the amount of weight you'll be using on that next cycle for each week. And it changes depending on your performance of that set. So let's say you get 11 reps here, and that then pushes that weight up even more. It's all percentage based from the box here. So don't get yourself like crazy psyched up and motivated, because you're going to have to get yourself into the same mental state to repeat that performance on a weekly basis. So just approach the set as a normal set. So that's a potential limitation of the program. You're dictating performance of the next cycle on one set of 1 day of training. But as I said, don't go too crazy with the cycle. You should be fine. Day 2 and day 3 are, again, more compound movements, focusing on 5 to 10 reps on each set. And day 4, you're doing exercises where you'll be focusing on 10 to 15 reps, and day 5, 15 to 20 reps. More isolation movements on day 5, to be honest. So you'll be using Saturday and Sunday as rest days. You really need those 2 days of rest on a program like this. It's pretty self-explanatory. Try your best to improve your workload on these days here, day 2 to day 5, as the weeks progress. Either add a rep, add a small amount of weight to the exercise, or perhaps even add a set. You may not be able to do that every week, but certainly try your best. You want to be doing more work on week 4 or 5 than you are on week 1. You can also change the exercises to your liking. I wouldn't meddle with them too much, but you might have to, depending on the equipment available, any injuries that you have. You might need to work around a specific injury. Just change that around. It's fairly flexible, but what I would recommend is the beginning of the week you've got more compound movements, and at the end of the week it's more isolation movements with a higher rep range. It's pretty self-explanatory stuff. So I think this is one of the advantages of a program such as this, in that you can work through a range of rep ranges as the days progress, and try different types of exercises from compounds to isolations, which sometimes on a program such as Mad Cow or 5x5 you don't often have time to do that, to commit fully to it, to have maximal energy going into those kind of accessory movements. It does become a little bit monotonous, and it does become very mentally fatiguing knowing that you're going into the gym in a couple of days' time to do more or less the same exercises for more or less the same weight, and there's that pressure to increase your performance on a weekly basis, which, yes, the same holds true with this program. Of course, progressive overload is still the aim of the game, but there's enough variety to keep it interesting and to, I think, just increase the enjoyment of the program. You get to get a little bit of a pump at the end of the workout when you're doing the higher rep ranges, which is not something you can spend too much time doing when you're doing a traditional full body approach. There's just not enough time per session when you're only training 3 times a week. And also you're doing the higher rep ranges at the end of the week when you've got 2 days recovery over the weekend, so it's not going to impact performance for the next week too much at all. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to see more. Don't forget to click on the notification icon to be made aware of any videos I upload automatically. And also grab a copy of the program in the description box below. If you can't get hold of it for whatever reason, then just email me at naturalaesthetic@outlook.com. Stay strong.